What's happening, folks? Back with the next U2 reaction. Want to give a big shout out. U2, I've been trying to do roughly every 2 weeks or so, but as happened with just about every deep dive, when I went through that holiday period where I was focusing on holiday reactions and special content, a lot of them got delayed right as they were just about to come back around again. That did happen with U2 and Pet Shop Boys and some others that I'm doing in this batch, so I appreciate the patience. We will continue with the Rattle and Hum compilation. Thank you again to Adam, not only for sharing that, but a great many other things, as well as to all the folks who've been following the YouTube journey more generally. And if you didn't know, I've done at least a couple YouTube video reactions at this point. I think both of them did make it up onto YouTube. Some of the video reactions I do, which I put first on Patreon and then later try to put on YouTube, they inevitably and eventually get blocked because video reactions, the algorithms seem to be a lot more difficult to get past. So in any case, the next track on the compilation is a live version of Pride in the Name of Love, originally from their 1984 album The Unforgettable Fire. This is a fantastic tune. It's one that I had some vague recollection of when I started going through the deep dive. Again, there's a few U2 songs as we've gone through their 80s albums where it's like, oh wait, I didn't think I knew too much of their 80s material at all, but this one I definitely have heard somewhere on the radio when I was younger, so I believe this was one of those. And I'm aware that it is most immediately about Martin Luther King and his message of love, but a number of people commented that it can be seen more broadly as referring to a lot of historical and socio-cultural figures who have tried to spread a message and a culture of love, but were in some cases brutalized by the world around them, which of course is unfortunately all too common in history, which I say as someone who has a couple degrees in history. So in any case, I'm curious to hear how they perform it live and the energy and power it may have in that type of setting, and no doubt the audience response that I expect to hear. So let's give it a listen. This is U2 and a live performance of Pride in the Name of Love, taken from their Rattle and Hum compilation, 1988.
One man he resists, one man washed on an empty beach, one man betrayed with a kiss. In the name of love, 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 yes.
Bass standing out too.
Early morning, April 4, shot rings out in the Memphis sky. Free at last, they took your life, they couldn't take your pride.
It is a special experience
For
when
the
you're...
Reverend Martin Luther King, sing.
The kick drum. Is my player on repeat? Sometimes... No, it's not. Okay. So much to say. I'll try to make sure I can recall everything in the moment. But what I was going to say when it sort of broke down and Bono was clearly, getting the crowd to sing along and sort of an interaction with the band, like, it's such a special experience for multiple reasons. And I say this as someone who just went to a concert 2 nights ago, or technically last night, which is to say I saw Duran Duran for the first time, and it was the same thing. Several songs where it's like most of the audience is singing every word with all of their enthusiasm and appreciation for the bands and for the band and the songs that they've known for so long, or in some cases more recently. But it's great for 2 reasons. Like, one, you're interacting with the very band that you enjoy and whose artistic creations you value and can take things away from emotionally, personally, and so on. But you're also among other people doing the same thing. And even though your exact understanding or your exact preferences when it comes to different songs may vary, you're in a community who all have an appreciation for the band that's playing, and you feel like you're part of something bigger. You feel like other people know what you're feeling, have the same attitude about how special an experience this can all be. So it's like you're going back and forth with the band itself, you're enjoying the music with other people who value this group and this song as you sing along, you're feeling the lyrics, whether that's about what you know the song to be written about, or how it might relate to your own life. I talk about this in a lot of different reactions, but lyrics are a dialogue between writer and listener, meaning inevitably you interpret lyrics through the prism of your own experiences, your own understandings, your own life. And so even though you might be aware that there's a particular meaning that the person who wrote the song or the band themselves understand and express, it may have a particular and special meaning to you as well, so you can appreciate it on multiple levels. So to be part of a number, hundreds or thousands of people doing that at the same time and singing along, it's very special, and it's something why, number one, I think live music is always fantastic, and it should continue as much as possible. Number two, it's also why I wanted to go through, as I eventually decided, this whole compilation, because even though in some cases a live performance might have quote-unquote imperfections or variations that are perhaps seen by at least most people as inferior to the studio album version, it's still an experience that happened, that people shared and that people enjoyed, and to get a sense of that when I listen to a live album is part of why I think live albums are so great. And you can definitely feel the love and the power in this song, and ultimately the crowd was very much into it. I do like the way Bono, in a couple moments, you can feel that live passion, where maybe it's like on a singing technical level slightly inferior to the more controlled setting of a studio where he's trying to deliver it in a very particular way in a very particular time, but you feel the passion of the live moment in that live delivery. And also I do enjoy stylistic variations when a line is delivered in a slightly different rhythm than on the album version. And again, you can see behind you, I have a lot of punk rock, and I've listened to that for most of my life going back to my youth. And there's a number of live punk albums where they hit a line differently than they do in the studio version. So even though it sounds a bit weird relative to the song as you've known it for years and years, there can still be a special quality to that variation in the live performance. And there was at least one line in particular where it felt like he hit it with a different rhythm. Once again, Edge's guitar, I mean, he's just a special guitarist. There's a lot of guitarists that I go through in these various deep dives, these scores of deep dives, where the skill, the precision, the creativity of the guitar playing is fantastic, and in some cases, it's just this own separate avenue of guitar playing, and Edge very much has that. He just has his own style, and that shimmering, what's the right word, like light and bouncing type of playing that he can do on some of his guitar lines. It's just mesmerizing, and it comes across very much in this live setting. Again, the bass and the drums also standing out to me at different points. I know I've said it in a number of YouTube reactions, but it's often the case during their songs that at different points, each of the four elements will kind of come to the fore, or will be hitting my ears and brain more notably in, or as compared to other sections where maybe I focus on Bono's voice, or indeed the Edge's guitar. So I like how all four of them bring something noteworthy to pretty much every song as I hear it. So another fantastic live performance. Really enjoying going through this compilation. Thank you again to Adam. And Luca, at long last, for the first time in several reactions, will get up from my lap. So let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.